spinning. You're in my mind's like tunnel vision. Feel like I'm slipping, so pull me in. I'm hooked on you like a new addiction. Right when you gotta leave, the day ends so suddenly. Now nothing hurts more than your closing door. So I'll be at home, hoping that you'll call me in the middle of the night. You know I'm awake, watching hours go by. If I could sleep, I'd be dreaming of you. Oh, hearing you talking through the phone, wishing that I wasn't in my bed alone. You know there's nothing else I'd rather do. Oh, I wanna waste my time with you. I can't take the waiting, thoughts are racing, and my heartbeats break the silence in the dark. So call me in the middle of the night. You know I'm awake, watching hours go by. If I could sleep, I'd be dreaming of you. Hearing you talking through the phone, wishing that I wasn't in my bed alone. You know there's nothing else I'd rather do. Oh, I wanna waste my time with you.
Hello. I'm sorry about this. I'm trying a new microphone, but I don't know if I got the right configuration, because I remember I used this microphone like last time, but last time I was in another room, so let me just hear. I think it's good. I think it's good, but yeah. New things, new microphone, hoping everything's going to be fine. Let's hope it stays that way. Anyways, welcome again to a new stream. It's been a long time, but we are here to continue. Oh my gosh, to continue with our fanfic from Changing History. And let me get this here. I think you cannot hear that. I hope so. As I said, let me just put this window here, and we shall go. Let me get this here. Let me get this here. Here. As always, here is our fanfiction list, and we are going to the Changing History one. We are in chapter 48, and until we get to chapter, I think 869, we are going to change to the Heartbreaker one. As always, these are some Reader X characters, so let's continue with our chapter 48. So again, if you wanted to support the original or read the fanfic at your own pace, as always, I'm leaving everything on the description below. And let me just get this right here, because I'm seeing something that should not. Maybe is that? No, it's not that. Maybe it's this thing, no, it's not that. I'm sorry about this is not that. Oh my gosh, what? I just saw something. I don't know why is it there. That's curious. Huh. Anyway, things happen, I guess. So again, let's continue with our fanfiction. Again, we are on the sport festival. We have a shadow quirk. We are reincarnated and we know all the story that's going to happen, and we are trying to live our way into it. Huh. Sorry, I got distracted. Anyways, we shall continue as always. There is this fan art thingy. As always, it's like, it's just. Oh my gosh. Already, we got like a crisis because we heard the girl from the vines from the 1B class. So yeah. So we are going to continue with chapter 48, Down with Gender Stereotypes. By the time you find the courage to join everyone back to the stands, Yayorosu's fight is finished and Kirishima is exchanging brutal fists with Setsutetsu. Mina recounts that, just like you expected, Yayorosu lost, but she's put out of the fight. Noticing she was about to be pushed out of bounds, she started moving at random to confuse Dark Shadow and managed to parry his hits for a while. You feel undeniably proud. Yojorosu, or Momo now, is disappointed for sure, but she decided to trust her judgment and it provided to be truthful. You're happy with the outcome of the fight. Then, Min starts interrogating you. Now, this presents a choice. On one hand, you can tell them the same story you told Shiosaki and specify that you were two so not what that you were two so not even Izuku can say anything. There's no problem with that. Except if by some coincidence your parents come to know. Now they meet your friends, and it's reasonable to expect them they'll meet again. How awkward would it be one day you went like, hey, Athena told us about that one time she almost got drowned. They definitely know it never happened. On the other hand, you can simply say you don't feel like being suffocated. That's pretty valid. The bruises on your neck were visible during USJ, and there were every rumor surrounding their origins. Mina, as perceptive as she is, will surely connect the dots and conclude that you've been traumatized by Shigaraki. Which is not true, but who cares? That option is risky too, though, because what if someone from 1B heard that you were telling Shiozaki? If one class knows one version and the other knows a different one, it's bound to bring trouble. You could explain it as you told only Shiozaki the truth because you wanted to keep it private, but you would only entangle yourself in deeper in a web of lies. In the end, you decide to tell everyone the same version. It's the safest option. I had a bad experience with water when I was a child, you explain, painfully aware that all 6 different people are pretending not to listen but staring their ears. When I felt Shiosaki's vines grab me around me, it reminded me of that. I I panicked. I didn't want to cut her shadow off. I would never have done it. The first things I did after was apologize and bring her some thread and needle to stitch it back. Oh, Athena! Mina hugs you tight. You're too precious! I'm sorry you got such a bad match on your first fight. I would never imagined. Are you fine now? Quite so. You gave her a small smile. Shiozaki-san was amazing. She forgave me just like that. Can you believe it? Course I can. Zero nods, not even pretending he isn't listening. I doubt anyone could stay mad at you, King-san. You think about overall, and beg to differ. Oi, Shadow Girl. A voice makes you turn to the left. Nato's blonde head is peeking from behind the wall dividing your classes. What had you been doing all this time? He hazardly asked, too scared to come out after facing a mighty member of 1B. He was really worried for you. Kendo shrieks, sticking her head out the divider too. He's actually a big mother hen. I am not! Monoma yells in a rush, glaring at the giggling girl. You let a cheeky smile graze your lips. I agree. Nato's the biggest tsundere. What? Kendall laughs, winking at you. You and I will get along splendidly, King-chan. I couldn't have said it better, Kendo-san. Oh, we're bonding. Oh. While Kirishima and Tetsu fight is very manly, it doesn't hologram of an emotional significance the others had. You finally feel like you can relax. Although the one right after is Uraraka and Bakugo. You'll do great, Uraraka-chan. That's all you say, laying your hands on her shoulders, looking at her straight in the eyes. Remember what I told you? You're a force to be reckoned with. Bakugo will have to pay very close attention if he wants to have a hope to win. You'll do great. She smiles nervously and nods her head. You want her to believe you. How people behaved during her fight was shameful and frustrating, regardless of whether they knew her personally. She was a student of UA actually. What? Regardless of whether they knew her personally, she was a student from UA exactly like Bakugo and deserved the same treatment. If during your fight you heard the public boo your opponent because they found you a helpless little girl, God, the frustration. You deserve to be taken seriously. If you're losing, it's your business. It doesn't matter as long as you play well with your cards. Uraka did all that. Yet, some people refuse to acknowledge it. Only when they were slapped in the face by the truth they did admit they were wrong. It doesn't even make common sense. I remember these times when I don't know how to read. It doesn't even make sense that common places like girls are weak still exist in Boku no Hero Academia. With the development of quirks, physical strength barely counts for anything, and you can't know how deadly someone is just by their constitution. They could have us, they could have acid split or hypnotize you with their gaze. Quirks are the only way to measure power, and it's never stated that the most developed by one gender over the other. Truly, there was no need for them to pull the "you're bullying a girl" card. Fuck them! Uruk is a badass. You hope she knows that. You stare at her figure in the arena as she advances against Bakugo, trying to force your thoughts to enter her head. Your gaze is so fixed that you feel your eyes burn. You're a badass, Uraraka! You're a fucking badass! Show them! Show them how badass you are! Uh, Kaminari Sojof looking at your tense form as you keep your unblinked gaze set to Uraraka. What are you doing, Athena-chan? I'm willing to the future to change. You whispered, not losing eye contact. Stay silent and observe, Denki. He does just that. That's crazy. Predictably, the future doesn't change just because you were staring hard at Uraraka. Prejudiced people still babble like idiots on the stands, treating her as if just a helpless little baby which big bad wolf Bakugo is bullying mercilessly. But every time she gets up again and again and again, throwing herself in the battle more fiercely than ever, and forcing Bakugo to produce explosion after explosion to keep her away. While she shows such touching determination, most of her crowd seems to find the show hard to watch. Even Suyu said the most disgraceful sentence. Even though you're fighting a girl, you don't have any mercy, do you, Bakugo-chan? He shouldn't, you scold. Don't care how most people eyes burst out their most of people eyes burst out of their sockets when they notice your expression. They've never seen you look so peeved. He shouldn't have mercy. Uraraka-chan is badass. If he underestimated her for 1 second, she'll sweep the ground under his feet, and he knows that. He's respecting her. Uraraka keeps attacking without rest, but President Mike says something quite easily himself. This is Oi! Someone from the ground stands up and shout. How can you want to be How can you say you want to be a hero like that? If there's such a huge difference in your abilities, just hurry up and set her out of bounds. Your body has a spam of anger. How they cannot see how amazing Uraraka is, how powerful, how strong. Ah! You hate them! There's booing from the crowd, President Mike says. But honestly, I also feel the same. Then Aizawa elbows him in the face. God, the satisfaction is undescribable. Was that a pro hero? Was that a pro telling him to stop playing around? How many years have you been a pro? Your teacher's cool voice takes the microphone. If you're saying that with a straight face, there's no point in you watching anymore. Go home and look into changing careers. Aizawa Sensei, Izuku whispers, looking at your teacher with surprised eyes. Meanwhile, you're quite literally having a metaphorical orgasm. What? Yes! Fucking tell them, Aizawa! Fucking tell them! I love you, Aizawa! You clench your fist, mouth split open with a grin that luckily nobody notices. Baku is being careful because he has acknowledged the strength of his opponent. Aizawa continues. It's because he's doing everything he can to win that he can't let his guard down. Oh, you could kiss him right now. Not like you would not kiss him in any other moment, but now it would be a particular passionate kiss. Just in time to confirm his words, Uraraka reveals her master plan. Hundreds of rocks she had sent to float over the stadium assemble over Bakuga's head, and with a powerful release, she makes them rain on her opponent, who blasts them pieces with a single explosion. It is hard to watch this time, not so much because Uraraka lost, but because you know that now she feels hopeless. She thinks that even with all her efforts, she wasn't able to sway him. She doesn't notice how his breath is heavy, his arms are trembling, his muscles are strained. She can't notice. And in spite of the determination pushing her forward, she falls to the ground because she can't take 2 steps. Bakugo is declared the winner. You suddenly stand up from your seat and head to the corridors. Uraraka put a cheerful facade when you, Ira, and Izuku enter the room. And it's sad how she's good at it. When you watched the anime the first time, you were almost convinced, if you didn't know, for plot reasons, that she had to be pretending, you would have said she was fine. Thinking about it makes you infinitely sad. You know she wasn't unaffected as she wanted you to believe simply because she was a fictional character, but now her charade would easily fool you if you didn't know any better. As you, Izuku and Ira are about to leave her with her privacy, you shoot her a long glance. You did amazing, Uraraka-chan. You did truly, truly amazing. She offers you a wobbly smile, turned up slightly. Ah, I wouldn't say so. I really thought I had him with my last plan, but he just did boom, and it all went to pieces. You really made him work hard, you muse. He was trembling by the end. His arms were strained so bad I doubt he could have kept it for long. In my whole life, I've rarely seen Bakugo so tired after a fight. You are amazing, Uraraka-chan. Her lower lips start trembling, eye turning glassy, and you're about to hug her when her phone rings. Oh, right. Her parents are calling her. It's better for you to leave. This isn't a conversation to you have any place into. Ah, my parents are calling, she murmurs, giving you a look in the screen. King-chan, it's fine. You smile. I'm sure they want to tell you how proud they are. See you later, Uraraka-chan. Then you exit the room, knowing she'll cry only once she's alone. You understand that. If you don't count Shiosaki earlier, when was the last time you cried in front of someone? When you were a baby, probably. Oh, well, let's see who I have to defeat next. People better prepare. You're back in the fucking festival. Yes, we are. Yeah! The following couples are such: Izuku against Todoroki, that's going to be painful. Ida against Kaminari, a battle of speed. If Kaminari managed to electrocute Ida, the fight is over, but Ida could push him out of bounds first. Bakugo against Kirishima, we all know how that goes. You against Tokuyami. This outcome deeply upsets me. You bow to him and Dark Shadow. To think I shall face my fellow Shadow Master. I'm sorry too, Theta. Dark Shadow mobs. I like you a lot, and I haven't even properly introduced myself to your shadow yet. The first time we interact, we'll have to fight? It is unfortunate, Tokuyami admits, much more composed than his companion. But I will show my respect towards your skill by not holding back. I will feel honored if you did the same. Ah, you exhale. This is music for my ears, Tokuyami-san. Tokuyami is a difficult opponent. You would have prepared someone like Kirishima or Ida. They have no way to attack without moving against your powers, and they will be defenseless. Tokuyami is quite a tricky matter. Even if you immobilize him, Dark Shadow will still fight. Regardless, you're happy it's an opponent you know well, and that will give you a good fight. Tokuyami's a nice fellow. He would never treat you like you're a fucking helpless lamb. Yes, maybe you're still bitter about the public's behavior with Uraraka. Besides, since I took out Shiozaki, I'm now the only girl here. Great. Damn you, Hatsume. You could have passed if you actually wanted to. It's your future opponent's voice to break you out of your musing. I also wanted to tell you something, King-san. You furrow your brows. Observing the way he avoids your gaze as if suddenly insecure, you can imagine what would make Tokuyami Fumikage behave like this. Sure, you hum. You can tell me anything about what happened in your last fight. Instantly, you feel like shit. Tokoyami-san, I don't. Your hands shake as your nails sink into your skin. You had almost managed to forget about your last fight with how forgiving everyone's been. But obviously, nobody would want to fight against you. Not after what happened. I would never. That won't happen again. I won't hurt you. I completely understand if you don't trust me now, but nothing of the sort. Tokuyami immediately interrupts you, almost fairish. King-san, I would never change my opinion of you because of this. The opposite, actually. I wanted to tell you that I know what it's like, and I'm here if you want to talk about it. You let out a slow breath, feeling frazzled and skittish, but he's right. How did you not think about it? Tokuyami can understand. He heard Soji during the training camp, and his classmates are to subdue him. He's friends with an entity who could constantly take control of his mind and go on a rampage if only he found himself in the darkness. He's carrying your same weight. Yes, you murmur. Thank you, Tokoyami-san. This means a lot to me. To me as well, King-san. The boy offers you a smile, and you feel warmth spreading your chest. You had thought your relationships with your classmate could never be the same after the fight. But maybe you just underestimated them. You underestimated your luck in getting to know them. They won't leave. They won't leave you because of this. Since things with Tokuyami are settled, you approach Shizuku. He recognizes your hand on his shoulder even before turning, and a smile is already gracing his freckled face when the time he sees you. Athena, what is it? You hum pleasantly. You see, Izuku, I trust you'll do great against Todoroki, and I won't tell you not to break an arm since I'm quite sure you will, but I have to ask you, please do avoid breaking it twice. His sweat drops. Twice? I don't think that's even possible. I didn't either. Once. You mutter. You mean the same arm? Izuku makes sure he heard well. Without healing in between? Well, but that isn't a bit unlikely? Oh, yes. You give him a tie-like smile. It is. And it's also pretty risky for your health. So don't do it, alright? Alright, he consents, with that smile that makes you trust him without reservations. I promise I won't break my arm twice, Athena. He breaks his arm twice. Go figure. You were allowed to be mad at him, but truth is, you weren't actually expecting for canon to change. His fight against Todoroki is pivotal in both of their developments, so you call him some slack. Now, if he mangles in the training camp too, just like in canon, Todoroki wins. You get carried away by the river of people who want to check on Izuku in the infirmary, but the recovery girl throws you all saying he will have to face surgery. Your friends almost faint at the news, and you try to calm them down with reassurances that have totally nothing to do with your foreknowledge. While you go back to the stands, you run into Todoroki. You want to tell him you're proud of him for using his fire, but technically you're not supposed to know his hypothetical situation is not hypothetical at all. Oh, that's right. We're using the hypothetical situation when he talk about it. Oh, the memories are coming back. Aren't you though? By now you would have connected the dots even if you had no previous knowledge. Todoroki was obvious the first time around, and it just became more glaring clearly with this fight. You'll look later, Toroki-san, you say. Have you found a solution to your hypothetical problem? His eyes are crossed like by a flash of something, as if he perfectly understands what you're hinting at. Maybe you're just imagining thing, but a corner of his lip rises as he replies. Perhaps. It was also thanks to you, King. Always happy to help, you mumble. It's only when Todoroki keeps looking at you, as if knowing you deep down has something else to say, that you exhale and give him a warm smile. I'm proud of you, Todoroki-san. Passing by him to her forward, you have the sudden presence of mind and slightly comment. And my fight is coming soon, so do cheer for me, please. Then you walk away, not leaving him the time to reply. You perfectly know if he did, you may just destroy all your smooth performance and squeal like a lovesick like a lovesick schoolgirl, so it's better like this. Oh my god. Baku, watch me. You, alright. Also, you stare at Raka for the whole fight. Sure, that's not going to bring any problem. I'm sure. Sure, he'll understand. Oh, it's happening. Shadow against shadow. We're going to see some fan art if this. Oh, that's a very nice one. Oh, the whole family. The little thing. Oh my gosh. Now that's crazy. And this, oh, with the hawks. And with her shadow with Opsy. Oh, with the US person, the UN, yeah. Okay, chapter 49, Shadow Against Shadow. As you wait in the corridor for Ida and Kaminari fight to finish, you're approached by a familiar head of indigo hair. It's ridiculous that it's barely been a few hours since his fight with Izuku. You had originally set out to find him, only to notice you didn't have enough time to head to your match against Shiosaki. Did he see it? You hope not, but given your luck, he probably did. Hitoshi! You greet him. He looks normal, which is a great and unexpected. Not like he doesn't usually look normal, but given how much the festival seemed to be affecting him, you were almost expecting him to get mad again. Athena. He nods. He's not looking at you as he runs his hand through his messy hair. If you wouldn't know better, you would say he's hesitant, almost embarrassed. You realize by the moment he finds the courage to speak. Are you better now? Of course. So he was in the stands. He witnessed your Shiosaki team breakdown. There must be a reason he's not showing disappointment for his own failure. He's worried for you. That's really touching. On one hand, putting away personal feelings in order to check on someone you care about. On the other hand, you would have much preferred him to not see you and never know. Yes, you nod. I am. And what about you? No, he shakes his head. You can't distract me like. You can't distract me this easily. The speed which he catches your attempt to steer the conversation away from you leaves you lost of words. It worked with Amajiki, Yajorosu, Mina, Uraraka, basically everyone. And Shiza must have a lot of disappointment and frustration he's keeping inside. He just lost one of the only chances of making his dream come true. He must want to confine his friend, someone like you. Yet, he immediately stopped you from going into that direction. Either he's suddenly become more reserved, or he's really worried. You You wet your lips, trying to find the words. You're very perspective, Hitoshi. And you're obvious, Athena. He seemed to lose some of his hardness, letting out a sigh. Don't get me wrong. He gives you a small smile. I would like to talk with you about my loss since you're quite good at making me feel better, I guess. You mumble something incoherent in response, eyes staring downwards. But, he continues, I don't think you realize how absolutely upsetting it was to witness your fight. You were. I have never seen you like that. And then the other girl and her shadow. It was crazy. What happened? Great. You'll have to relive it another time. Athena, you can't trust me, Shinzo says when you don't answer, and for a moment he sounds almost pleading, almost insecure, as if trust is a very fragile concept for him. For you, though, it doesn't exist. You couldn't say you trust anyone without feeling like a total hypocrite. Hypocrite, considering all the secrets you're hiding from them. I know, you stammer, wanting to reassure him. I do trust you. I. Let's say that Shiosaki-san reawakened some bad memories in me. You had bad memories about being tied up? You blink. That's that's kinky. No, wait, stop being a pervert. It's impossible he meant it like that. But why should I have bad memories about being tied up? Normal teenagers don't get kidnapped or tortured. Wait, does he think it has something to do with the motherfucking Shigaraki? Oh, for the love of God, will I have to spell it out for them that all our interactions lasted 3 minutes? No, you reply, knowing that if you take too long, he'll actually automatically assume you're lying. It wasn't about that. It was about not being able to move, to see, to breathe, and water. Water? Shinzo asked. He looks relieved, which confirms your theory. He probably thought you had some villain kidnapping PTSD, while it was actually a dead and reincarnated PTSD. Yes, you nod jerkily, rubbing your arms to get some warmth back into them. When I was little, I almost drowned once. Shiosaki Vine simply reawakened that memory. I wasn't expecting it and reacted poorly. I'm really sorry for what I did to her. Let's not concentrate on her for a second. Shinzo helps. How do you feel? You almost gap at how coldly he brushes her off. Sure, she's not your friend, but she's still one of his. She's not his friend, but she's still one of his peers who has been hurt in a fight. The original Shinzo was always quite indifferent, though, or at least that's how he portrayed himself. It was easy to forget it when you saw him carrying his caring side so often. Here's your question, Athena. Right, fine, you say. Shinzo gives you the most skeptical look you've ever seen in your life. Right. You look just peachy to me. You let out a sigh, almost deflating on the spot. Your voice is slightly more subdued as you admit. I'm tired. Really tired. And I'm still kind of on the lookout, as if I'm scared something bad could happen again. My nerves are a bit frazzled, but I feel better than I did an hour ago. My fight is about to begin, and I will do my best. I won't let anything drag me down. Shinzo's eyes soften as they take you in, his sharp line of his lips dripping in fondness. I can see that, he says playfully. I doubt anything could drag you down anyway. Your cheeks get warm at the compliment, making you at first bashfully your eyes. It's only when Shinzo lets out a quiet sigh that you look at him again. He's facing you fully, relaxed, almost inviting you in, and his face is faintly red. Come on, he mutters. You always saying hugs make people feel better and all of that. Oh my god. You almost feel insulted since you said it like once, and it was to get a hug. And it did work though. She just saw right through you. But the comprehension of what he suggested make your lips split in open. Makes you grin. He doesn't even waver when you throw yourself in his arms. He's so tall he can easily lay his chin on your head. Arms wrapping loosely around you. Wait, we're so small! We're small little bean! They actually do, you chirp, snuggling contentedly. It's the serotonin and dopamine, the so called happy hormones. They make you feel better. Lack of serotonin is one of signs of depression. Yeah, yeah, he exhales, poking your cheeks. I got that. Hugs are good. You feel better now? Definitely. Although you can't see it, you feel the smile on his lips as he replies. Then we can stay like this for a little more. You couldn't ask for anything better. Ah! That's so On one side, from 1A, his cool behavior and mysterious charm have ruffled everyone's feathers. Tokuyami Fumikage! On the other side, she may look cute, but don't be fooled. She could break your bones without moving a finger. Shoda's favorite, King Athena! These two are the master of shadows, ladies and gentlemen. This is a fight of darkness. He knows her official name, Tokuyami points out. Perhaps I should have let it left it. I should have let it like Black Priest. We should just call ourselves the emos and be done with it. Any name you choose would fit, Tokuyami-san. You bow. It'll be an honor to measure up my skills against you. Likewise, King-san. The next few seconds are spent in silence, as you wait for midnight to start the fight. Your eyes are fixed on Tokuyami. You know the moment the match begins, he'll attack you with Dark Shadow. You have to be faster. Your quirks are evenly matched, and they both rely on speed. They need to attack first in order to acquire the upper hand. You're quite convinced that your fight will depend on who managed to win power struggle in the first few seconds. From then on, it's only a matter of pushing forward without mercy. And Midnight's voice breaks your stalemate. Begin! Immediately, Dark Shadow rushes in your direction, but you have the advantage here. You don't need to move. Your eyes are faster than they're staring at Quirk's shadow. Among the two, you already decided it'll prove you more fruitful to You'll prove more fruitful to control his than Tokuyami's. The moment you feel it under your grasp, you squeeze hard and throw it backward, sending it straight to Tokuyami. The boy managed to dodge, calling his quirk back under his control. He sends Dark Shadow against you another time, as quickly as lightning, but you never let him get close. The moment his shadow settles on the ground, your eyes are on it, and ready to send him right back from where he came from. Once or twice, he almost managed to hit you, but once or twice, you almost managed to hit him, throwing his own quirk back at him like a ball. Dark Shadow stopped after the last attack, apologizing tearfully for almost sending his master out of bounds. And if this was an anime fight, you would wait for him to finish. Then you would probably have an instant stare down with Tokuyami while you think about your perspective strategies and have a meaningful flashback of your motives. But this isn't an anime fight. You've gained over the upper hand for a split second, and you know it may be gone for an instant. So you attack relentlessly, running forward and looking your eyes on Tokuyami's shadow to push him out of bounds once and for all. Dark Shadow! He calls. Immediately his quirk comes to the rescue, wrapping around and lifting up the ground. His shadow moves. Your control begins with it, and he's free again. But you're merciless in your attacks. It's a battle of speed now, and you won't waste a single second. Before he can attack you again, your eyes swap to Dark Shadow, and since he's currently wrapped around Tokoyami, it's almost a child's game then. You force him to squeeze harder, and his grip tightening around the poor student like a boa constrictor. Dark Shadow! Tokoyami chucks out, feeling his quirk slowly suffocate him. I'm sorry, Fumikage. Dark Shadow explains in panic. I'm not doing it on purpose. I can't stop. Your eyes widen in a fraction of a second as you realize that this is it. It's done. You only have to be quick. Always resourceful, Tokuyami managed to free one of his arms from Dark Shadow and twist his body to get out. You can't let that happen. The biggest setback the fight presented for you was that you were forced to fight against two opponents, while you could only control one at a time. But now that Dark Shadow is wrapped around Tokuyami, it's your chance to throw both of them out of bounds. If you don't manage now, you doubt he'll let you put him in this position again. The fight will go to a tug war, and you're not sure you would win. I'm with you, Athena! Opsy shouts in your head. For as much as you criticize anime fights, that's what gives you the final push. Drops of sweat trailing down your brows, you keep your unblinking and burning eyes set on Dark Shadow and throw him out of bounds with all the force in your body. You don't have to move a muscle, but your limbs are trembling in exultation. Tokoyami is within his eyes, realizing what's about to happen, and managed to get his arm free. But Dark Shadow is only wrapped around his torso, and he can avoid as they both get sent past the white line. Tokoyami is out of bounds, Midnight declares. King advances to the next round. We did it! You let out a slow sigh. For a moment, you're about to fall to your knees, but you're not about to show how tired you really are. Not only for the agencies and heroes watching, but more for whoever you'll face in next round. Appearances are important. You have to admit you're more fatigued than you thought. It must be because of what you did with Shiozaki. You didn't realize it at time, but cutting her arm shadow off took a pretty big toll on you. You'll have to practice with that skill, or thinking back on Shiosaki's screams. Maybe not. Since neither nor you or Tokoyami are indeed Exactly. Since neither you nor Tokoyami are in dire need of recovery, girl, you head back together to the stands. It's been an honorable fight. Tokoyami bows solemnly, feathers ruffled. It's clear the teamwork between you and Obsidian has improved immensely. We're so proud of you. Dark Shadow sobs tearfully, wrapping around your many-layered hug. Can I meet her now? Hell yeah! Opsy laughs. I'm right here! She said she would love to. You gave him a dazzling smile. I do appreciate our fight, Tokoyami-san, Dark Shadow-san. I'm truly glad you didn't hold back. We've get our out plus ultra. Yes, Tokoyami nods. It was an appropriate end for a match between Shadow Masters. I would love to repeat it sometime, you suggest. We never really had trained before together, but sparring with you and Obsidian-san will be much appreciated, Tokoyami grants. We'll be able to measure our teamwork. It's settled then. After that, you and Tokoyami head back to the stands in a comfortable silence. You're proud of yourself, to be honest. Although the festival was full of unexpected chaos, you managed to come this far, and now you're in semifinals. You'll end up on the podium. That's just wow! You managed to get a seat, and you can't even feel guilty for stealing it from Tokoyami. You won fair and square after all. Athena-chan! Uraka claims the moment you step a foot into the bounds. You did amazing! Then her eyes fall on Tokoyami, just enter behind you, and she chuckles cheerfully. You too, of course, Tokoyami-san. The boy nods, not all offended, passing by you to get back to his seat. Meanwhile, you quite literally enter a trance as Uraka words reply themselves over and over your head. Athena-chan, you did amazing! You heard well, right? You weren't dreaming or anything like that. You pinch yourself just to be sure, but it looks like your reality. Uraka-chan, you whisper, hands falling on her shoulder and big round eyes pouring into hers. Did you just call me by my first name? Flush into the root of her hair, the poor girl's covered her face in shame. Sorry, I didn't think it just slipped. I didn't even ask for permission, and I'm so ashamed. Steam is quite literally coming out of her ears, but you don't care. With enthusiasm, you take her hands off her face and give her a dazzling smile. Not at all. You're a close friend of mine. It's perfectly fine for you to use my first name. Actually, I'm honored. Uraraka nods, even more flustered, but at least she stopped hiding her face. So, she murmurs adorably, do you want to call me Ochako? You could burst off from elation. Of course! Thank you, Ochako-san. No, Ochako-chan. No, she splutters. Thanks to you! Oh, you had so many cute moments in this festival. First, Mashirao. A stupid name. First, Mashirao, then Momo, and now Ochako. You're so happy! The Spurs Festival is a perfect occasion to simp. And on top of getting the place in the podium, you managed to discipline your bounds with tons of wonderful people. You're just on cloud 9 right now. Genkon, Ida steps in, moving her hands in the usual over-top-the-top motions. Compliments for your winning your fight. You were absolutely outstanding. Thank you, Ida-san. You probably bow. Although I didn't get to see you, I'm sure your performance was of great inspiration for everyone as well. Ida looks very pleased, making you satisfied of your response. Unfortunately, someone else doesn't. Abira-chan! Kaminari draws in a whiny voice, appearing from thin air to grab his arm around your frame. Are you saying you're happy I lost? Oh, right. Kaminari was fighting Ida the last round. Apparently it didn't go over well for him. Of course not, you reply. Actually, I'm deeply sorry I wasn't able to cheer on you, especially since you did it for me. Is there anything I can do to make up for it? Feel free to ask. Mmm. Kaminari rubs mischievously his chin, giving you a wink. Let's go on a date. Why not? You shrug. Ida gasps loudly, grabbing your by the shoulders. Thank God! You mustn't feel obligated to sacrifice your time for someone's forgiveness. You haven't done anything wrong. And you! He turns towards Kaminari, frowning deeply. Aren't you ashamed? Do you think you're entitled for her time? Blackmail isn't the way to invite a girl out. I don't think it was that bad. Uraraka sweat drops, trying to mediate in the matter. While chaos and clothes Well, chaos ensues. As usual, your gaze is attracted by a flash of green in your peripheral vision. Izuku had just come back from the infirmary. Although familiar scars are scratching over his hands, he looks definitely better than he did from the glimpse you got of him from the infirmary. Izuku! You chirp. How are you? Uh, fine, he stutters, giving weird looks of the bickering of Kaminari and Ira. What did I miss? What did I miss? Dun, 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 dun. What did I miss? Nah, nothing much, you hume. Come sit with me. It's Seijiro and Bakugo's chance fight. Ho ho ho. Predictably, Bakugo wins. You, he, Todoroki, and Ida are drawn to the semifinals, and Midnight shuffles through the names to announce the next matches. Obviously, you're hoping to get Ida. You aren't sure you would win since he's so fast he could throw you out of the bounds before you can get a look of his shadow, but if you manage to immobilize him, he's done for. There's no long range attacks of his arsenal, and you could advance to the finals. As second choice, you would go for Todoroki. Sure, he's risky, but you could win. Although you aren't certain you're suicidal enough to encourage him to use his fire, it's all fine and dandy that he tells him over his childhood, but you don't fancy burning alive. Regardless, every match is better than him. The first match of the semifinals, Midnight announced. King Athena against Bakugo Katsuki, because of course that is going to be. It's the silence that falls as your heart breaks in million pieces. His eyes immediately snap to you and his lips open in a feral smirk. He looks hungry. I'm so fucking dead. Oh my god. Kaminari invites you on a date. You, sure. Ira compliments you. You, thanks. Uraka calls you by your first name without previous warning. What is this sudden intimacy? Help. Oh my god, sure. Oh god. Go to the next one is happening. We're fighting that fucking Pomeranian. Where's the fan art? There is the fan art. Oh, oh, that's cute. Oh, the hug. And this is the fight. Oh, just look at this. Oh, manga styled. That's cute. There's so many fan art. This is so cute. Okay. After that brief pause, let's continue. Chapter 50. Third time is the charm. Ah, yes. You're so fucked. Almost everyone comes to you before the fight. Izuku, Ochako, Ida, Jiro, Mina, Denki, Tokoyami, Mashirao, Zero, Tsuyu, Momo, Toru. Only Eijiro does the impartial things and wishes for both of you to give it your best. He's so precious. You'll be super manly, Athena. Give it all you have, and I'm sure Baku won't be too bad. He clamps the hand on your shoulder, a smile a bit shaky. You've known each other since childhood, after all, haven't you? Yep, you nod absent-mindedly. And he's wanted to pummel me into the ground ever since. Kirishima sweat drops and wisely says no more. Show him the power of darkness, Tokoyami gribbles. Gravely tells you, while Dark Shadow, somehow wearing a cheerleader outfit, waves his pom-poms behind him. The scene is nothing short of comic, but you avoid laughing to ruin the atmosphere. You go, Athena-chan! Rocket cheers. You'll be great! Yeah! Mina shouts. Send him crying to his mommy! Get his ass, Athena-chan! Toru chimes in. And he'll learn to call me Raccoon Eyes. And he'll remember my name is Zero, Zero butts in. Avenge all of us victims, Kick-san. Show him not to put his leg on the desk. Ada frankly intervenes. Beat him on the honor of our rolls, you with students who sat there. Yeah! Mina yells. You guys seems really eager to beat Bakugo up yourselves. You sweat drop, watching a thread in shadow fall on their expressions. I'm feeling some unresolved spite here. Oh well, you appreciate enthusiasm nonetheless. Good luck, Dina-chan. Sui gives you a smile. You'll look great. Yeah, you adverse her eyes, blushingly faintly. You will. You've told me Bakugo-san was the one who taught you to rely on your instincts. Yaoyorosu buzzed with her usual grace and determination. Now it's the moment to use those learnings against him. Don't have mercy, Athena-chan. Yeah, well, don't kill Kachan either. He's so good sweat drops, looking at the bloodthirsty eyes of the people surrounding him. But give your best, Athena. I'm cheering for you. Cheering, huh? Wonder if Todoroki is doing the same. You'll do amazing, Athena-chan. Kaminari seems grimly. Then I'll take you out to celebrate. What do you say about that? I've already accepted, Denki-kun, he replied, imperturbed. Ira promptly gasps and starts scolding Kaminari. Again. Ojiro gives you a bemused place to all the chaos around. Everyone cheers seems to be excited. Luckily you're here, Mashiro. Mashiro. That's going to be the name. You chuckle. You look like the only sane person left. He rose cheaply the back of his head. Well, can't disagree on that. Anyway, good luck, Athena. I'm sure you'll be fantastic. Aha! Mina charged in between you like a bloody hunt which is made the prey. Did I hear correctly? Did you two call each other by your first name just now? What aren't you telling me, Athena? Names are very important for me. You smoothly divert the conversation. Unlike Bakugo, since he calls you recognize. Oh, she go there. Mina clenches her fist, the reminder souring her mood as she joins back to the group of anti-Bakugo cheerleaders. You and Ojiro exchange a glance of almost burst and almost burst into giggles. That was a quite safe there, he snorts. Ah, yes. You wink at him. I'm an expert in distractions. Before your moment can progress further, and he can maybe ask you out and introduce you to his parents and give you a ring and ask your hand in marriage, a voice cut maliciously into your conversation. So, I see you're pitted against the angry beast, Shadow Girl. Monuma strides towards with his usual air of superiority. Kendo is speaking from behind the corner with Kuryoiro and a few others, looking like a mom who brought like her kid to the park, and now is watching his first attempt at socializing. It makes the situation a hell lot funnier. Oh, you mean the angry beast who beat you in the carpet battle, Nito? You ask innocently. He clicks his tongue, irked. Well, yes. That's exactly why you should beat him. Since I helped you earlier with your little clothing problem, you should help me by you should help me now by defeating the classmate who previously defeated me. He clearly doesn't like admitting it, but the reason is so twisted in the first place you just want to ruffle his hair. Alright, Nato, you say instead. I will come to your rescue. Oi! He flushes. I didn't say it like that. You go with things on. Kendo cheers, still behind the corner. Class 1B is on your side. Wait, we're not on her side. We can't be on her side. She belongs to Class 1A. Yeah, we're on your side, King-san. Kuroiro nods. The other guy shouts too much. I'm too cheering for you, King-san. A slightly fatigued voice says, as Shusaki comes in view. Your heart skips a beat. She looks tired, dark bags under her ears and arms trembling with strain. but she gives you a warm smile and you almost burst out crying again. Thank you, you check out, bowing to hide your expression. I appreciate it a lot, Shiosaki-san. The time of your fight is getting closer, and you've gathered so many people you're blocking the way to the corridor. You're just thinking that if everyone you know, when your eyes are attracted to a tuft of indigo peeking out of from behind the corner, your lips, your lips rise in a smile. Although with all these people, I feel like I'm going to die or something. Our date is worried. Wouldn't it be funny if Baku accidentally killed me? Such an anticlimax, such an anticlimactic scene. It would fuck up the plot so bad. Wait, it's not funny at all. What am I? What the fuck am I thinking? Hello, Hitoshi. You cheer popping him out from the behind of your corner. The boy takes a step back, jolting at your appearance. Damn, he breathes out. He's clearly on his, although trying not to show it. If I had known there would be so many people, you're really popular, aren't you? Not so much as Bakugo. Not so much as Bakugo is unpopular. You sweat drop. Most people here are just looking forward for catharsis by watching him get beaten up, since it's never happened before. And honestly, I doubt it will now. Who cares? He shrugs. If he behaves, if he behaves like an asshole, I'll have him pee in his pants in front of everyone. You blanch. What? Um, Before you can form a coherent sentence, your cursed image sinks into your head, and you snicker uncontrollably. Well, okay, I guess. But don't actually do it, alright? Shinzo shrugs, lips struggling in a nightmarish smile. Everything depends on him. Oh my god. What the hell? Oh god. The stadium is buzzing with anticipation as you and Bakugo step in the arena. He's wearing a feral smirk, hands clenched and his muscles poised, eager to start. You, on the other hand, display your mask of blank politeness, mind gruely in overdrive. Bakugo-chan is tricky matter. He can produce explosion while staying still and steer himself in the air using them. He knows my power and will immediately try to make it useless. The first thing he'll do is a giant explosion, filling the arena with smoke, and he will impede my sight. Then thus neutralize my quirk. But if I manage to control him before this set up an explosion and move his arms to his face, I could make him I could make him blow himself up. Now wouldn't that be just poetic? Wouldn't it also kill him? Opsy points out. You know that. Anime resistance are ridiculously high. He just got some scratches. Well, Bakugo-chan. You gave him a strange smile. At last, I'll watch you. For sure now. Alright, because he said, just watch me. Oh my god! At least, I'll watch you for sure now. Poetic. You didn't mean to make fun of him. Just to tease him just to tease him as most, but he scoffs, biting his teeth. Yeah, because with round face you did it splendidly. You blanch. A drop of sweat rolls down your temple. Did he bust me? Oh fuck, I'm so fucking dead. And midnight arm lighting fast. Begin! Immediately, Bakugo sets off an explosion. You manage to lock your eyes into his shadow, but aren't fast enough to control his arms. The stadium gets stiffened, and the arena is covered by smoke, and debris fly all around. You can't see Bakugo at all. Well, fuck. Come here, shadow bitch! His voice rings out through the cloud of smoke. What? Are you scared? You can't do anything without seeing, so you have to come to me. Really thought, Bakugo-chan, you sarcastically mutter. Has it taken you this whole time? Has it taken you the whole night to come up with it? Or did you just set an explosion regardless, and after notice it could be useful? Bakugo, predictably, doesn't hear you. You wonder whether his hearing will ever be permanently impacted by the explosion he produces, or maybe he hears our built with withstand them? That's interesting. Why did you never ask him? Focus, Athena! Yeah, sorry. Since it's the only thing you can do, you step inside the cloud of smoke. You can't fight Bakugo like this. He will wipe the floor with you. With all the smoke, you wouldn't be able to see his shadow, even if he was standing in front of you. And his instinct is much better than yours, which means he'll hear you come and blast you into pieces. You swear, if the public starts pulling an Uraraka on you, you're gonna get expelled from the festival cause you'll jump up to the stand and kill them. Since you can attack him, you have to find a way to approach him without letting him hear you. Hearing is the most important part. Now that he senses you coming, and luckily for you, you recently unlocked the perfect way to move without making noise. Hey, Upsy, should I call it shadow trouble? That's fine, Athena. As unoriginal as I expected from you. Now, that's just mean. But in order to travel through shadows, there has to be a shadow, which means you have to produce more debris you'll use to reach him unseen. You don't really fancy using Uraraka's plan, making Bakugo produce explosion in your face. There must be an easier way. Taking a rock in your hand, you weigh it down and throw it in a random direction. Not even a second later, it's blown to pieces. Nice. You really have fast flexes, Bakugo. Quickly changing your location since you don't doubt he's able to pinpoint the rock's origin in a few seconds, you scurry through the smoke, take another rock, and throw it in the same direction. Once again, it explodes in midair. What the fuck are you doing? Bakugo's annoyed tone almost makes you jump. It comes from somewhere in front of you. Do you see? Do you seriously think these rocks could hit me? Just being a coward. Stop being a coward and come out. As response, you take another rock and chuck it in the direction his voice came in. He blows it up. Oi, you're starting to get annoying, Shadow bitch. Likewise, Dick. For a few moments, that's how the fight progresses. You constantly change locations in the cloud of smoke, and every time you find a rock, you throw it where your guess is, where you guess Bakugo is. He blows it up to pieces, increasing the debris, and shouts insults. He's clearly itching just to dissolve the smoke and attack you head front, but he knows that would be an advantage for you. What he has to do instead is increase the smoke and by exploding pieces to the ground, and unknowingly helping you. Regardless of how this fight will end, you'll have to admit you're pretty satisfied of having forced Bakugo Katsuki, the guy who's always charged ahead, to hide in smoke and conduct a battle of quick attacks. It's definitely not his style. I've had it! He growls after the umpteenth delivers. Throw just another fucking rock at me, and he's interrupted when you throw another fucking rock at him. You almost let out a giggle. Alright, I played around long enough. Ceasing all movements, you close your eyes and take a breath. In and out. You find refuge in your shadow. For a moment, you fear all the memories you unlock in your previous life will make you scared of your own power. But you feel only reassured. A familiar energy swells into your fingertips, whispering in your ears. You see round little shadows like black stairs in the sky, and stepping over one just to let yourself look into the earth. It's not cold, nor hot, not large, nor narrow. You don't feel suffocated, but you don't even know where you're breathing. Shadow after shadow, you just keep throwing the debris as soundless as the wind. Your eyes are set on the goal, the only shadow big enough to belong to a human. Bakugo is surrounded by debris. There's just one behind him, and that's where you stop before going back to the real world. Is this how Kurioro feels when he travels through blackness? You'll have to ask him when this is over. With a deep breath, you stand from the shadow, ripping darkness, and see Bakugo's back tense for a second. But you're already behind him. Your eyes lock where they should. Hello, Bakugo-chan, you whisper. Next moment, he's setting off an explosion. It doesn't matter. It's under your commands. The blow, the blow pointed at the sky dissolves the smoke and finally lets you see. You step out of your shadow, colors rushing back to your body. The second thing you do is move his arms to his chest, as quick as lightning. Now, if he wants to blow something up, it will be his body. Bakugo is breathing wretchedly, and all his willpower intent on breaking your control. You! He growls. I will blow you up. I wouldn't that if I were you, Bakugo-chan, you chirp. Considering your position, you will hurt yourself far more than me. Now why don't you walk out of bounds? Next moment, Bakugo sets off an explosion. To his own chest. Go figure. Thinking back on it, you were kind of stupid for not expecting it. Would Bakugo Katsuki really accept loss in the alternative was a simple explosion to his chest? Ah, that's what cowards do. He would blow out his own face in order to win. So yeah, that was predictable. That wasn't predictable. No, what wasn't predictable is how the strain of his blast sent him flying straight to you. And holy shit, getting a full explosion power Bakugo Katsuki on your face doesn't hurt like a bitch. Before you can process it, you're sprawling to the ground, head earing the blow. Since Bakugo had had the fall graciously cushioned by you, he gets over it quicker. Disregarding his bruised chest, his hands point at your face, and a wild grin on his lips, and you're pretty sure an explosion of such close vicinity will kill you. That serves to motivate you. Faster than lightning, you look at his shadow and point his arms to his own face. You end up in a stalemate. You have to keep your eyes on his shadow in order to control him, while he can set up an explosion or he risks blowing his own face. Even without looking at him, you're sure he's glaring at you with a full with a full force of hellfire. Bakugo and King seem to be blocking the stalemate. President Mike Boyce blast through the stadium. Neither of the two is moving in spite of quite a scandalous position they've ended up into. Oh, is this what love in the battlefield looks like? What the actual fuck? Well, you'll worry about that later. Right now, you have to get out of this or you'll never win. Sweat trails down your brow, heart beating like a drum, and you doubt you can best Bakugo Katsuki in resistance. Upsi, you send out the call in your mind. Should we use that move? No, she replies. I hate it, and it's harmful. I know, but I'm getting exhausted, and sooner or later, I'll run out of things to do. Besides, you can effectively threaten him like his. Your energy is depleting quickly, and that move, although painful, would use would use nothing of your strength. Sealing the choice for you, Bakugo doubles down his attempt to break free. There's no way he'll escape your control just through strength of will, but you are getting tired. The seconds are passing, the end is looming closer. Upsy, let's do it. She glares at you, but obeys. In a split second, you reverse your positions, strangely Bakugo to keep him down, eyes never leaving his shadow. You hold back, a smoky dagger in your hands, and it fucking hurts. What are you doing? The moment you remember. Sorry about that. The moment you remember you wouldn't be able to bring weapons to a sport festival, you start wondering how to make your own. Oh my god. Opsy committed the mistake of informing you that technically, one side of your body, your shadow was just matter, and could be molded however you please. You promptly decided that in desperate situations, you would cut off a piece of and use it as a knife. It wouldn't be too bad, right? Just a hand would be enough. Opsy wasn't pleased with it. It was just the second time you tried it out in far riskier situations than the first, and it burned as if your hand had been dug on boiling water. Eyes never leaving Bakugo's shadow, you bring the dagger to his neck. One of his hands is still pointing at his face, but you had to let the other free to use your own. You had the hand you tore the shadow away from is trembling as you try to press the words without showing your without showing your agony. For fate, Bakugo-chan, you whisper in a straight voice. Now. What the fuck is that? He growls, looking at the knife of wimpy blackness. Why didn't you... Why don't you use that move... What? Why don't you use that move you use on Vine Girl, huh? I know that's the most powerful thing you can do. Are you underestimating me? Oh my god. I just harmed myself in order to defeat you. You snarl, pressing the knife closer to his neck. Does it look like like I'm underestimating you? Baku's lips rise a smirk. Yes, if you seriously think I'll for fate. Next moment, his other hand sets off an explosion with a deafening boom. You're thrown off of each other, falling in a heap of limb on the ground. Every part of your body howls in pain, but you stand up, eyes flying through the smoke once again, over the battlefield in search of a flash of a blonde. You sense him the moment he steps behind you. You hear his hand cracking like fireworks, and now you have to act. Even before turning to face your gaze is already downwards in search of his shadow. You almost glimpse it before the hand covers your eyes. Ah, damn it! Your breath hitches. Bakugo takes advantage of of your moment of panic to seize your already abused hand and twist your wrist until the dagger falls from your fingers. Blending back into your shadow, gripping an arm around your torso, he impedes your movements. It's a loose grip, one you could only escape from in a matter of seconds, but the kicker comes when his hand races to your face and spark licks your skin. The world falls still. You feel his chest have you feel his chest heave against your back, the too warm skin of when he blasted his own flesh. One hand is covering your eyes, the other keeping you at gunpoint with the threat of blowing off your face. Would you survive that? What if you don't die but your eyes get damaged? Eyes are easy to get damaged, and there's where all your power lies. Would you basically lose your quirk? How was it? He grows cheerfully in your ear. Considering your position, you would hurt yourself far more than me. Now why don't you forfeit? Oh, that fucker! A chuckle escapes your lips. Considering your position, you would hurt yourself far more than me. Now why don't you walk out of bounds? Very petty, Bakugo-chan. You remember it by heart just to throw it at my face? I'm impressed. Oh god. The sparks get closer, heat assaulting your cheeks. For fate, Athena, he grins out. Now, you know you will. You see no way out. Every move you could would put an every move you could pull would end up with your face getting blown up. Really, you don't know what you're hesitating, as if waiting for something. Bakugo's chase rumbles in aside. For a moment, he seems to relax. Huh? You improved. This was almost a decent fight. Almost? I was about to defeat you twice, you dick, if I hadn't underestimated your self-harming tendencies. Oh no! That reminded me of another fanfiction that was so sad. Oh no! A laugh rolls out of your lips, and you realize you are proud. There is no bitterness in your chest. You feel genuinely content of how the match ended. Thank you, Bakugo-chan. This was a wonderful fight. Then you raise your hands in the air, as for ridiculous as if there is one smile on your lips, you declare, I forfeit. Oh, maybe it's just because of how much you improve. You had never sparred against Bakugo all out, but you were badass as shit. Or maybe it's because of how much he improved in different fields, but just as important. Or maybe you're just drunk of adrenaline, and now, and now that it's leaving your system, you start feeling a backlash of all the crazy tricks you pulled. The moment you step forward, your eyes roll to the back of your head, and you're knocked out. Oh, damn it! If you don't forfeit, I'll blow up your face. Ah, the sooner I blow my own face. What is wrong with you? Oh God, that was a true statement. Oh no, I know that guy. I know that bitch. Oh God, let's just see. This dark hit through this fan art. There's an animation there. Oh, this. Oh, the dark shadow with the cheerleader with the pom poms. Oh, that's so cute. There are so many. Oh god. This is so cute. There are too many fan arts. Ah. Anyway, I will continue. Ah, chapter 51. The end of the Simp Festival. When you come back to your senses, you're in the infirmary. Your shadow seems to have gone back to normal. You had observed that you went severed to your own accord. There wasn't need of stitch. Blah, blah, blah. When you severed in your own accord, there wasn't need for stitches to set it back. Recovered girl is humming while rummaging in some drawers, and Mina, Uraraka, and Hagakure are sitting at your bedside. Hello, you greet them. Athena-chan! Kagakure wails as she hugs you tightly. I was so worried! You were out like 20 minutes! That's actually really little, you comment. The girl brushes your words off as she keeps squeezing your abdomen, and honestly, you can't say you're unhappy about it. You were super. How do you say it? Badass! Uraka shoots his fist into the air. You show it to that guy! You sweat drop, giving her a hug too. Mina is next, wrapping her arms around you with a cheerful grin. Like everyone pass what? Like everyone passed by to visit you, she chirps. Most of our class and some of your other friends. Your general study buddy is really shy, isn't he? More like introverted. You shrug. Mina nods, looking smug for a reason. Yeah, lots of visitors. Ira and Todoroki had to leave for their fight, but wait, you held her. Todoroki-san was here? Yep, Mina replies with, very pleased you ask. He was. Many left to see their match. Then we sent the others out because we were sure you need space. You quaint, feeling there's something more behind it. Yeah, I'm sure it was to give me space. That too! Kuri excitedly nods. But we were also curious about, well, you and Bakugo-kun. Me and who? Sorry? Bakugo? The same guy who just once threatened you to blast your face off. That was a romantic in their books? You give an exasperated look to Araka, who only offers you a smile. She probably stayed for some innocent reasons and ended up robbing Min and Hagakure's master plan. Now it's suddenly clear why Yuri and Jiro Suju and Yojorosu didn't stay. Just a heads up, Mina slyly says. We're not the only ones who have gotten some ideas. I doubt anyone sane did. You deadpan. Maybe Mineta, since he's Mineta. Well, then I guess President Mike is as crazy as we are, since he's just melodramatic. I respect him as a hero and a teacher very much, but I wouldn't say his comment about me and Baku's transposition during the fight is to be taken seriously. Oh, we aren't talking about that. Kuri shakes her head. More about what happened after. You blink. After? Nothing happened after. You lost. That's what happened. First of all, Mina stands up, a fire in her eyes. She looks like a military general about to explain a war-winning strategy. There's the position he held you in the last minutes. How he made you forfeit. That was kinky. She winks. You feel possibly bemused. He was about to blow my face up, Mina. What part that what part of that says kinky? Everything! She squeals. But still, we're here mostly to talk about what happened after. Again with this after, what? Maybe the way you say I forfeit was kinky. The way you drop out cold was very sexy. Girls, Uraka's sweatshops rubbing her neck. She can't know about that. She was unconscious after all. Mina Kakakura gasps at the as if the idea didn't get occurred to them at all. Your face pops so hard you almost reawaken your headache. Oh my god, you were right! Mina whispers. We should tell her then. Oh, but I'm so embarrassed. Hakuri, you do it. I can't. Even without seeing Hagakure, you have the distinct impression she's blushing. Don't put me in that spotlight like this! Okay, what the fuck? What could have been happened off to be so shameful? You sleep talk? Sleep walk? Sleep dance? Was it really so awkward that Nina feels so embarrassed? I'll say it. Uraraka sighs, her expression clearly not directed at you. She gives you instead a gentle smile. Athena-chan, since you were out cold by the end of the fight, you had to be taken to the infirmary. The staff was about to take care of it, obviously, but let's say that Bakugan-san took the matter into his own hands. Oh, what? A corner of your lips rises in the chuckle. He kicked me all the way here? Not quite. Uraraka sweat drops. In your defense, the Bakugo you know has always been crude, brutal, and violent. It's only natural that the comprehension of what Uraraka must be hinting at downs over you after a surprising amount of time. That you spent pondering all the painful and humiliating ways that he could have brought you to recovery, girl. Oh my god, you whisper. Yes, Uraraka nods. He may have picked you up. Well, at least it was like a piggyback, or I'm afraid it was the romantic type of picking up. So it was bridal style? Covering your face with your hands, you let out the single most garbled sound you've ever made. Something between a squeal and a wail. and bring the covers up to your head like a child hiding from demons. When actually you're an adult hiding from shame. Oh my god! He did? That's quite a suspicious reaction. Mina giggles. Does it fluster you? Of course it does! You hiss, picking up from the blankets to glare at her. Everyone saw that. We were being streamed on TV. Please tell me we weren't. We probably were. Rock admits. Definitely. Hakakuri chirps. You let out a desperate moan and bury yourself deeper in the cocoon of blankets. I'll never hit the end of it when I get home. My parents will want Bakugo over at all costs. How will I convince Bakugo to have dinner at my house? My life is over. Although you can't see them, you have the impression the three girls are sweat dropping at your drama. What if Shigaraki was watching? How can I take this guy seriously if I know the main villain has watched me dress like a cheerleader and having a moment with my classmate all in the span of all in the span of a few hours? God, I want to die. As far as it regards me, I thought you and your classmates were very cute together. Recovered girl chirps in a grandmotherly fashion. He looked really worried when he brought you here. Sure, he looked angry too, but I guess that's just his face. Poor dear. We shouldn't fault him for that, but oh, I thought for the longest time you had a relationship with the green-haired boy who breaks all his bones. Did you two break up? Young love is so fleeting after all. Oh my god. Then she had to do something else, humming under her breath. Ah! You let out a groan and dive under the covers. Damn, recovery girl. That's my grandma. Oh, when you come back to the stands, Ida and Todoroki's fight is already finished. On your defense, you were ready earlier, but you were too ashamed to show your face. Oh, come on, Athena. Mina glares at you, trying to pry your fingers from the infirmary door you're latching into. Nobody's mad at you. If anything, they're giving shit to Bakugo. Seriously? You frown. You can barely imagine someone having the courage to give shit to Bakugo. Of course! Mina rolls her eyes. Nobody's actually angry, but Kaminer was all saying now that they were rivals, and Mineta was asking him how it felt like, and it is scolding him for 5 minutes straight because you were unconscious and couldn't give consent. Also, your class 1B friend insulted him, but he was insulting everyone, so it doesn't count. And your general studies buddy said something about peeing one's pants. Who cares? Point is, she smashes your cheek together, giving you a serious look. Everyone loves you, sweetie. They're probably already forgotten, and if they haven't, they will by tomorrow. They won't, instead, if if you face them looking like you're guilty of murder. You deflate, letting out a sigh. Mina's right. She's being surprisingly level headed about it. Oh no, oh my god. I thought the stream had been caught up. Oh, alright, you mumble. Let's go. That's my girl! Mina chirp, licking her arms in yours. She links the other ones with Hakakuri and you offers yours to Uraraka. Is this is the, isn't this four people centipede that you reach to the stands, trying to squeeze through the door? A few heads turn at your entrance and you receive greetings, smiles, and questions about your well-being. Mina was right. Nobody seems to find it as embarrassing as you did. You also arrived just in time to witness the match Todoroki Shoto versus Bakugo Katsuki. You're glad you didn't miss this. You didn't miss that. It was it will be something for sure. Although you're pretty sure it will go over like in canon. It's impossible to Todoroki to get over years of self-loathing and suppression of his left side in a single day, and a few encouraging words. Unfortunately, that's not how trauma works. While Bakugo, for as tired as he may be, he will never relent. Not for a single second. And talking about the devil, the two boys are standing up right now heading to the arena. Expression set, bodies poised, ready to fight. As Bakugo passes by you, he levels you with an unreadable glance and says, "It's good you came back in time. Watch me now." Not even a moment after he's Not even a moment after he's disappeared, Todoroki arrives, heading in the same direction. He gives you a minuscule shifting of sleep. He gives you a minuscule shifting of lips that can be called a smile and says, "You'll cheer for me, right?" Then he walks away. In the dead silence that follows, Mina stares at you with horror and whispers, "Oh God, Athena, what have gotten yourself into?" You swallow. "I have no idea." Oh God. Ida doesn't step foot in the podium. "Family emergency," Midnight says. You bite your lip and curse silently. But maybe it didn't go as badly as in canon? Oh, who the fuck am I kidding? To get him to leave the sports festival and lose his own award ceremony, it must be serious. Why was I expecting Tensei to believe me in the first place? Obviously, he would still fight the hero killer. It leaves a bad taste in your mouth. Although you try to cleanse it away when you receive your medal, you want to be proud. You want to be happy, to think about your family and Inasa watching you from the screen. You want nothing to ruin this moment. And yet, you'll think about that later, Athena. Lopsy shakes her head like an exasperated mother. I don't even understand what exactly is bothering you, but for whatever reason your friend left earlier, you'll find out later. Enjoy the moment now. He would want to. He would want you to. Oh. You nod jerkily, taking a breath. In and out, in and out. Todoroki on second place, give you a sidelong glance and ask, "Is everything okay?" You join another breath, giving a smile. "Yes, of course. For you as well, Todoroki-san?" He nods, aerochromatic eyes going back to staring ahead. His fight with Bakugo went mostly like in canon, which means that one of them lost and the other doesn't feel like he won at all. Bakugo needed the same fucking change in order to end up at the first place, and he's not making it easy even now. He's at least at least he doesn't have a muscle. You sighed. Some things are simply unchangeable. You might hate you might have him more polite? Yeah, as if. But Bakugo is always Bakugo, and a half win is the worst kind of loss for him. You can't completely fool him. You don't take advantage of so you don't take advantage of his restraints to pet his hand. Although you feel the temptation. "Young King!" All Might stands in front of you with a large smile, holding a bronze medal. "Your performance in the festival was absolutely outstanding. You were an inspiration for all your peers, and I can say I'm surprised to see many of them cheering for you. So drop in your follow his gaze of your classmate to your class. So drop in you follow his gaze to your class stands where your friends are having a blast. Irma has been Jojo Rossi the created the creator the creator to create the banners on Mina's request, and those artistic doodles around a giant. You're great, Athena! Habisuko grading all over it. You don't think they would usually behave in such a partial way, but most of them are still are still salty against Bakugo, and it's not like Todoroki will take any offense. Yeah, you nod, accepting the medal. I'm truly lucky to have them as classmates. Thank you, all my son. I'm honored having been able to participate in this festival. He's, it's us who was to be honored to have you, young king. He grins, as brightly as always. With a last nod, he heads forwards to Todoroki. You lower your eyes to the metal, fingers running over the smooth bronze. It's a nice feeling. You place it on your top shelf, together with hugs and Aizawa's autographs, and your photo with the later. So the festival ends, with Bakugo snoring in the first place, Todoroki observing his medal, and you smiling politely at the cameras. It's been a roller coaster for sure, but a good one. Among the new friends you made, the old ones you strengthened your bonds with, the skills you got to show off, you're truly proud of how far you've come. Your goals were to simp, win, and avoid endeavor, and you scored splendidly in all of three. I'm just wondering how it looked like on TV. Who was watching? Whatever. Doesn't really matter. In the meantime, in the rest of the world. Yes! The purple haired boy gives a long look at the brunette next to him, sunken full eyes of desperation. He's still going on it, right? He sighs. Mm-hmm. The girl hums. He's really excited. You go with it, John! A boy shouts in the background. A boy, eye glued to the TV, his fist pumping as fighting an invisible enemy. You go! Kick their asses! Show them your passion! Does he know like the whole school heard him? The popular hair boy, also known as Seiji Shishikura, runs a tired hand over his face. He surely does. The girl, Kami Utsushimi, chirps. He just loves his girlfriend very much. Isn't like super duper cute? It's annoying, Seiji scoffs. He could at least tone it down. Get his ass, Arina-chan! Nobody has more passion than you! Show it up! Seiji facepalms. I'm going home. Aw, don't. Kami pouts. Let's help him. Yorashi-kun. Yorashi. Almost. Yorashi-kun, she grins, staring towards the boy. I do want to cheer for your girlfriend. Which one is it? Which one? That one! he doesn't even correct them. And as a points at the girl on the screen, blood red feather tucked behind her ear, currently running through the minefield. Isn't she the most passionate of all? For sure! Camille cheerily fits arms next to the boy, using her hand like a megaphone to shout to the TV. You go, Yorashi's girlfriend! She gets so high is cheering for you! Yes! Inas appears. Beat them all, Athena-chan! Seiji just rolls his eyes and heads away. I hate you all. The next shout of passion also almost make him jump. Oh, Wonder Child has come in second again. She's the absolute best, the best of best. The two nod. The two, the two nod from their sofa, satisfied of their perspective, frowning over their daughter. After having watched her come in second during the obstacle race, seeing her pull that incredible feat again in the career battle has nothing sure of made them cheer up. Although it is pretty weird how the communicator insists of calling her and her calling her teacher's adopted how the commentator insists of calling her teacher's adopted daughter. But hey, everyone knows heroes are weird. She's so strong. The mice eyes brushing with a tear. When did she become this strong? The woman stretching her arm in the lane of their shoulder to left lay The woman stretches her arm to lay it on her husband's shoulder, squeezing it comfortably. She always was, darling, she hums. She always was. Oh. The atmosphere in the bar, as gloomy as always, clashes strangely with all the cheers coming from the TV screen. It makes sense, though. Those are future enemies, or allies, and the League of Villains has to know them if they want to defeat them. Shigeru Kitamura, with the assistance of Kurogiri, has been observing the festival during both the obstacle race and cavalry battle, and he has every intention to watch it to the end. He's already gaining so much information. Kurogiri is almost surprised by the rupture he with which with which he watches the screen. He's finally starting to take the matter seriously. Kurogiri, his raspy boy sounds in the bar. The fogman raises his hand, inviting the boy to go on. Yes? What? Shigaraki clears his throat. What is she wearing? The question is explained in all of this weirdness when Kurogiri eyes falls on the girl on the screen. She has a quiet smile on her lips and a cheerleader uniform. um, he stammers, adults of course. It appears to be a cheerleader uniform. What is it? Well, it's an American clothing worn to cheer on people. It's been years since Kurogiri and Shigaraki have known each other, and there had been countless difficult moments, but this has gotta be the most awkward of them all, in Kurogiri's opinion. Why does it always regard the girl? I see. No, darling, you don't, Shigaraki says. Then, after a few seconds of silence, why is she wearing it? Kurokiri feels this sudden urge to bang his hand against the closest surface. I don't know. Why is it important? Shigaraki doesn't answer for the longest time, eyes glued to the screen with a certain air of pondering. Then he scoffs, turning off the TV with a displeased scowl. Nothing. He clicks his tongue. I'm taking a break. Once Kurogiri is alone in the bar, he lets a long, long sigh. On the other side, she may look cute, but don't be fooled. She could break your bones without moving a finger. Shoto's favorite, King Athena! These two are the masters of shadows, ladies and gentlemen. This is a fight of darkness. Why the fuck are they streaming the sport festival? Dabi wonders. When he gave the first glance to the Glendy tavern he ended up into, he was pretty sure they wouldn't be they wouldn't be a TV. Instead, there is an old half-working device, and of all things is streaming the sport festival. The place is surely on the border of illegality, and why are they watching young heroes fight goes beyond him. Such a stupid festival anyway. It only serves to give out precious information about the hero's quirk and abilities. If he wasn't interested in attacking UA, he would completely he would complete the first half of the job by just watching the sport festival, and this isn't even that exciting. This is a fight of darkness. Such bullshit. He bets those kids don't even know what darkness is. He raises his eyes to the screen and promptly chokes in his drink. Even among the cog that is shake his brain has never what? Even among even among the cups that shake his frame, he never takes his glance off the figure of the girl standing in the arena, composed, unruffled, exactly like he remembers her, poised, calm, and polite. Can you hit the plate, please? Huh, so you are a UA brat, princess. Oh my gosh, I forgot about that. We already met Dobby. A think of disbelief's colors in his voice. His mind traveled back into the meeting, and he can't help but to connect the dots. I think I can handle an injured villain. Thank you for your consent, though. Of course you can. He smirks to himself. You're an aspiring hero, after all. I'm a stupid idiot, and I'll regret this later. I'll regret this dearly, but I don't like watching people suffer because unfortunately my parents raised me with a very strong morals. So compassionate, so heroic. Can you hit the blade, please? He had been right in his assumptions. She did come from a well off school. She had wondered a few times why, in spite of willingly helping him, she was so against being associated with him that he refused to tell him her quirk or her name. Now it all makes sense. A connection with him wouldn't look great on the future curriculum. Athena, huh? He mutters under his breath, tasting the name. It suits her, she decides. His eyes never stray away from her form as she dances through the match. The calmness on her face unwavering is exactly like when he met her. She looks as if nothing in the world could face her. It makes Dabi itch in the need of a break for all the walls he could direct to get to break all those walls and get a reaction of her, regardless of the kind. He just wants to shatter her composure, to make her features twist until all calmness disappear. With time, he tells himself, with time. Now he knows her name. Continuing to watch, he'll know her quirk too. After all, she said it herself, didn't she? Who tells you we'll meet again? Unfortunately, I happen to be very unlucky. And if she's not yes, and if she's not as unlucky as she says, he doesn't have qualms making it happen. Oh my god. Oh, oh, I can't believe the fight ended like this. You did amazing, little fan. You did absolutely amazing. Stopping at random sidekicks just going off with his life. Hawks gave him a 1,000 kilowatt smile and proudly burst into a wasn't she amazing? The poor man, shoulder gripped by the pro's hand so he can't run away, not shakily and offered him a smile. Sure, she was amazing. Sure she was. Hawks laughs, turning again to the screen. His expression immediately sours. Why is he, why is he picking her up? He asked to nobody in particular. There's no need for him to. Well, a woman's sweat drops, remembering the weeks back she had heard the boss in the same state watching an interview about All Might, and now she realized it wasn't about All Might at all. He probably wants to help her? I mean, she's knocked out. Still, Hawk crosses his arms. There's no need to. Wait, stop it! Where's he taking her? To the infirmary, the woman deadpans. Obviously. I don't like that guy. He looks mean, doesn't he? Rolling her eyes, the woman decides it's just easy to go along with it. Sure, the teenager student who was just helping her, who was just helping out his friend, looked very mean, right? Hawk nods smugly. My little fan, on the other hand, doesn't she look adorable? Be strong, her colleague whispered in her ear. At least he's just watching it stream rather than going there himself. Can you imagine that? The woman gulps and decides she doesn't want to at all. Why are you watching the sport festival? The white-haired boy turns in Joel. It wasn't. If it wasn't the mask on his face, he would actually look as guilty as a kid with the hands in the cookie jar. Uh, he tries to make amends, ignoring the boss's stare. I was just. I turned the TV on by chance and was about to turn it off when I thought I recognized someone for a second. Who? Look, he replies, pointing at the screen. His boss's yellow eyes follow his fingers. It's the end of the festival. The winners have taken the place on the podium, and on third place, with a smile on her face, is a girl that he recognized immediately. I thought. Kronos clears her throat. Could it be this, that little mafia girl? Shisaki nods, a tinge of shock in his voice. Oh no! His eyes stay fixed on the screen with unnerving intensity. It's her. Her. The hair, the eyes, the face, even the red feather she had the second time they met. It's undeniably her. Oh my gosh, I forgot he killed us! It's been almost 2 years. 2 years in which he sent her description to every single of his men, in which he made them memorize it in every detail just in case they happened to run into her in the street. 2 years in which he wondered almost every day what was the explanation behind her mystery. How did she know? How did she know things? Where was she hiding? Who was she really? And she's been training to be a hero this whole time. She's under UA's protection now, Chronos says, as if reading his mind, as if seeing the hundreds of plants taken from behind those golden eyes. We can't attract their attention so soon. The drug isn't ready. They would destroy us. Shisaki hums, eyes never straying away from the screen. Times are changing, he simply says. Soon it will be UA coming to us. And then he'll know how to welcome her. The fuck? Kami, which one is your girlfriend, Yorashi-kun? That one. Every other simp in their head. Why do I even feel mad? Oh god, wait, what? Oh, what time is it? Okay, I think I'm going to that face. Okay, I think I'm going to to let it go there. It's been a while. Oh, 1 hour. Okay, it's not been a while, but I think we advanced so much. We're on the 52, 48. We went 48, 49, 50, 51. 4 chapters. I think it was a good stream. Oh my gosh. And we're getting closer to our 69 89 thingy. Oh well. Let's just get this done here. And I'll be leaving you. Oh god. I'm getting a. Oh, it was. There we go. Oh my gosh, this was fun. Thank you again. Oh my gosh, what happened to my phone? Things happen. Blah, 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 blah. I don't know how to talk anymore. Okay, guys. Again, thank you so much for watching this, supporting me. I've seen we got another subscriber. We are at 16. We're rising, guys. This is so nice. Thank you again for the support. Soon I'll be having the second chapter of my story if I were in. Hopefully I'll be finishing in maybe tomorrow, so maybe next week is going to be uploaded. With all that said and done, again, thank you very much for the support. If you want to keep reading the fanfic, you go to the description below where there are the links to it, and also the link to the author's page for you to support them as well. With all this said and done, this is the time for me to leave, and we will be seeing each other on the next video. Thank you so much, and have a nice day, night, or evening, wherever you're watching this. Yeah, I think that's all. Thank you for everything, and bye!
Rising screams, the battle has been won. Lower towards the crowd begins to roar. They see the flame, but not the one who lit the blaze. They speak my name like I was born to lead the way.